my peg down a little bit more. I've only got a steel mallet here at the moment. I really need a wooden one, so I might have to go and buy one. When we were doing this part earlier, Paul brought his wooden mallet down so that when wood on wood, there's a lot softer on the top of the posts because it's starting to spread, and here on one of the other ones it actually started splitting. So anyway, it's just got to use what I have, and because I don't have a third pair of hands, I can't hold a piece of timber on top to whack it, so I've just got to go straight down like this. And I just, it's part of the top split. Oh, yeah. Might just do it like this now. Probably hitting sandstone here now. It's getting quite firm, but it isn't quite hard now. Because it's only going to be a lightweight piece of tin, like so. I'll put it on a hinge, and that'll be okay. It's really just to stop the goats being able to come through down to this area. So now I should go and find some timber to cut up, frame the gate, see what hinges I've got, cut some timber for across here, and that should be good. So we're getting there, slowly. So I found these bits of timber up the top in the wood pile, so I will screw them on, cut them to size, and that should do well, I think. So just now screwing up the pieces of timber, and it's all pretty good. Just using screws that I've been saving for such jobs as this. Now I'm going to trim this actually now. So I've framed it up. Now what I need to do, I've put the hinges on, as you can see, top and bottom. I found them in my supplies. Now what I need to do is mount this part of the hinge onto this face here, and then the gate can swing right back, and it lines up just nicely here. You can see there, I was going to cut this piece of timber off here, but I thought, no, I'll just leave it. And I could have actually made this slightly wider, but it's okay. It's okay. Easily walk through there with a bucket or a container without too much of a problem. So now to get some slightly longer screws and screw it into the post, keep it well off the ground, and we should almost be done. So put up the gate, swings open, and seems to work okay. So I think that will be able to withstand any rain or wind. This post needs to go down a little bit lower, and it should be okay. A little bit high on this side, but I'm not too worried about that, as all this is just short-term, temporary for the maybe next year or so. So anyway, so far so good. Task at the moment is just to finish off the this fence line here and put in a small gate. So I'm going to use this sheet of tin. Got some posts here I'm putting in. So just working on this one here, but to get the sort of swing height I need to get up on the ladder here. This line of fencing is actually only in the longer term temporary, and so we just can put in a garden there. Fence protects the goats from getting into the garden because they'll eat it in less than an hour, and but eventually once this whole area is all developed, the thinking is to use this area here, turn it into vehicle access way. So this driveway area from that piece of plastic, long piece of plastic over by the van, can actually be levelled out, and just provides a lot more parking area, stopping area and so forth. But in the meantime, I want to turn this into a garden to produce vegetables, and that will complement the one around the other side of the old house there. And so step by step, and so now I've got to use a bit of energy, make sure that this post here goes in vertical, not on an angle, and then I need to get some hinges, maybe make up a lightweight frame for this piece of tin, and then some timber across from the post to this fence line here, and the same on that side over there, and that'll just finish it off. So I will continue on with that now. So basically I've finished the gate. It swings open and shut, and a little strap here for locking. That'll do. Doesn't need anything any more fancy. A little tool that I have that some of you may not know about, and I'll show you. It's this tool here. So it's filled with gas. You can fill it yourself. Where did I fill it? In here, just in here, and it gives you two types of flames, and it's in the off position at the moment. So I've used this for starting fires here. It allows you to get it right into underneath all the branches to where there might be some paper or something like that to get it started, rather than using matches. And but it also has this tool here, so, or function here. So this is a bit of nylon rope I had in the supply box, and I thought, what am I going to use to just hold the gate shut? A piece of metal or bracket or a sliding action door cupboard type scenario. And I just thought the simplest way, zero cost basically, is just to use this. So it just hooks over like so, but this is nylon rope, so you can see it's got 3 strands to it, and so eventually over time that'll just unravel. So what I've done is I've used this torch here. I've turned it on, and I'll just do that again, just make sure it's in focus for you. I've turned it on, I've pressed the end here now, and now you can see there's a hot flame, which is quite good. So I could actually use it for writing like so, but anyway I won't. But I just wanted to tell you about this this tool. I'm sure you'll be able to find, if you're interested in such a device for your emergency kit, you'll be able to find them online. If you really want one, you can't find one, I can get them for you. And you can just buy the gas bottle that you use to fill it up with at your local do-it-yourself hardware type store, and this is where you fill it up. You just buy the bottle and basically just press the nozzle, a little bit like using a fly spray can, but it doesn't have the top head, and you just insert it into here, and it will just fill this device up. So very handy in these troubling and uncertain times to always have some backups for doing anything, and that's the philosophy I've been working on. So pretty much I'm going to make sure it's turned off and I'll put it in my pocket otherwise I'm going to catch fire. So yeah, that'll just be a simple sort of way to do it. And so now, I just felt a bit of rain, so I will now clean up my tools, put them all away, and as you can see, this piece of tin here was only so wide, and so what I've done is just cut some timber up and just fill this gap. Found a bit of tin roofing on here, and just put it vertically, as you can see, so that it would just cover up that gap, and just to give you an idea on the other side, it's just like so. Okay, so step by step. I need to maybe that post way down the very end there that's sticking up. I maybe take the ladder down since I've got it out and sink that post a good 400 mils into the ground. So I've got to put a larger post in here, start the end, and just need to shift this tin so I can move the ladder across. I got my hammer. Need to line it up with the first post there, that's a bit better. So basically got to put this mounter into the ground. I'd start putting one of the shorter ones in, but I realised it's far too short, so this will do the job. Yeah, baby. I think I've hit maybe a bit of sandstone to shift that out so I don't whack my side on the end on here. Whee! So just split. But we've still got enough. Okay, that's done. Brace it up at the end and it should be good. So I've got to go and get some nails organised now. So I've found I've braced this post up quite firmly now into this post just behind here, which is an untreated tree trunk. Eventually it'll rot out, but it's been like this for many years and it's still quite strong. So I've just got a board on the back to this here, and now I'm going to actually kick the hammer out of the way. Just going to hold that in there. The nails I'm using, I've had for a long time. What you would say, second-hand nails. Nails that have been used on other projects. Maybe even packaging of crates is from China of imported goods. I really can't remember. But anyway, got them all saved in this container, like a number of containers I've got. Reused ice cream containers, so knowing that there will become a time when I need everything. So everything I've been doing here, I haven't had to go to a shop to buy anything basically, apart from the tools obviously, but all the fittings and timber and so forth I've either saved it, brought it up here with me, and I've got a pile more back in Auckland, or from lying around here on the property. So just put another one in here. So that's holding that quite nice and firm now. Find another nail. Need to straighten them out because they've got all beads in them. a whole mixture of sizes. Some are galvanized, mainly all flatheads. So, we're about right with this one here. Now, in fact, I need to use slightly longer nails here. And I will get this one here, and I'm going to put it on an angle. So when you pin a nail on an angle, it just can't pop straight out. So I'm going to go on this angle here. Just working it there. Sure I can hit it in without bending it. Got it. Always a problem reusing old nails. If you have to straighten them out, they've got a weak point. And if the hammer don't strike right, it's quite possible to bend it quite easily. Okay, so that's enough of that just for the moment. So far so good. So I just straightened out some more nails. I got these longer ones here, but they're a bit of an overkill for going through iron into the stakes. So I'm just working my way along, just putting the sheets up, and not too much more to do, and then I'll be pretty much finished. Probably end up at some stage thinking of getting another water blaster and a water pressure pump, and cleaning this up, in fact cleaning up the old house. I'm just going to give it a lick of paint, and just might make it more pleasant to look at and not such an eyesore. It's amazing what a bit of paint does, doesn't it? I can see the hens and roosters out there just browsing in the grass, so they know where their home is. They'll go back inside there tonight. But I'm now letting them out and just they're grazing. They tend to stay around this area in front of you here where you can see, and it'll soon be time for me to really go and give them some grain. I've probably eaten the food I put up there earlier, and then I'll go across the road and give the goats their evening meal. They've probably been feasting away on the grass and the plants and that over there. So just a few more sheets and we should be right here. Right, so basically finished, and managed to get that post in further, but that's about as far as it's going to be able to go without splitting at the top. The gate's all done, everything's nailed up, so it's just a matter of tidying up this mess here. I'm going to use this plastic further down on the Republic for where we're going to put the big garden, and so it'll be useful for killing off the grass down there. There's a lot of kaikui grass on this property, and so in certain areas we want to get rid of that, and then as I said earlier, we'll clean this up and give it a lick of paint, make it look pretty. It's functional, strong enough to keep any animals out, unless they particularly want to try and demolish it. They probably could, but they'd need to be a cow-sized animal. But for the goats, this is where they're going to be able to roam just freely around here. Okay, so that's about it for this video. Hope you found it interesting and following our activities here from the Republic of Abilene.